Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 10, entitled as Vibhuti Yoga. Sloka 9, Part 2. mac-cittā mad-gata-prāṇā bodhayantaḥ parasparam kathayantaś nityaṁ tuṣyanti ramanti. We are in the sloka where Krishna explained the activities of the pure soul, the devotees who have developed that greater attachment and love towards Krishna. In the previous session, we saw mac-cittā and mad-gata-prāṇā, that is, their minds are engaged fully in Krishna and their lives devoted only to Krishna. Now let's see the rest of the sloka. Bodhayantaḥ parasparam kathayantaś nityaṁ. Bodhayantaḥ. Bodhanam means to inform others, to teach others, to preach others about those things which they are not aware of. That's called bodhanam. In other words, bodhayantaḥ means sharing the qualities of the Lord that one realizes or experiences with others to make them understand. Whereas kathayantaḥ means sharing the pastimes of the Lord with others. There's a difference between bodhayantaḥ and kathayantaḥ. Bodhayantaḥ is the sharing of experiences and realization with others, and kathayantaḥ is sharing of the leelas, the activities and deeds performed by the Lord with others. The second one is probably known to others, whereas the first one is not known to others or everyone. For example, bodhayantaḥ, the Lord has unlimited auspicious qualities. The Lord might reveal some of this or one of these qualities to these devotees, and the devotee realizes, experiences that. For example, a quality of being merciful, or simplicity, or greatness. These things are different qualities. So a person sharing what he has realized with others is called bodhayantaḥ. Whereas kathayantaḥ is the stories that is in itihasas and puranas, in the scriptures, one shares with others. Compared to these two, the second one, sharing the pastimes, is easier than sharing the qualities, because that is something very unique to each and every one, that the Lord reveals His qualities. And experiencing is one factor, but then to explain what has been experienced is another factor, which is quite difficult. But telling stories is certainly easy. And also, bodhayantaḥ requires a right audience. One cannot just go and share these things to anyone and everyone, like how one can tell stories to pretty much anyone and everyone. One might ask a question, what in case if there are no people who wants to hear? Then these devotees still continues by chanting the names of the Lord and derive internal happiness. Therefore, both bodhayantaḥ, kathayantaś are not repetition, they are meant for a specific reason. One is to share what has not been known, another one is to share what has been known. One is about the qualities, another one is about the pastimes. Next, the last line of the sloka, tuṣyanti ramanti, explains what one derives by having these four attributes: mac-cittā, mad-gata-prāṇā, bodhayantaḥ parasparam, kathayantaś mam nityaṁ. This leads one to tuṣyanti ramanti. Both tuṣyanti and ramanti means satisfaction. It appears again that Krishna is using a repetition of words or a meaning. But it is not a repetition, there is a variation between tuṣyanti and ramanti, between these two satisfaction. Tuṣyanti is satisfaction that is derived by the speakers, the one who speaks about Krishna's qualities that they have realized and experienced. And when they speak about Krishna's pastimes, Leela, so tuṣyanti refers to those who speak about Krishna, who share about Krishna. The satisfaction that they get is called, or it's referred here as tuṣyanti. Ramanti is satisfaction of hearer, the audience. They are delighted to listen, and that is what is being explained here as ramanti, a satisfaction that is derived by the hearer. In fact, the satisfaction that one receives by hearing is much more greater than the satisfaction one gets by speaking. Also, hearing is much simpler than speaking. For one to share or speak, one has to open their mouth. Second thing is one has to prepare themselves to share something with others. Whereas the hearer, all they have to do is just hear. The ears are already open. They don't need to prepare anything. All they have to do is give their time to hear. And that itself will reward them with a highest satisfaction. Also, the tuṣyanti and ramanti can be exchanged between the audience and hearer. When the speaker hears from the audience what they heard, and that brings a satisfaction for them. Likewise, when the hearer starts sharing what they heard with others, that brings the satisfaction to them. So, these both types of satisfaction can be derived between these two parties. One important point that needs to be remembered here is the satisfaction that Krishna is speaking here can be blocked or can be interrupted if one is doing the activity of bodhayantaḥ for some name, fame and prestige, then that person is not going to get that satisfaction. They are preaching, they are speaking, they are telling about the Lord for the purpose of getting something out of it, either monetarily or to have many followers or to become famous to maintain prestige in the society. If that is the motive behind why they are doing this, then they are not going to get a real satisfaction. Likewise, the people who are hearing, thinking that they are going to get some material benefits because of hearing, then they will also miss out the real satisfaction that Krishna is speaking here. It is clear from the Sloka that Krishna says that his devotees are not like that. Their main and chief consideration is to just simply speak about Krishna, and the satisfaction that they derive by conversing about Krishna in the association of devotees cannot be equalized with any of the material rewards. Srila Prabhupada, in his purport, he explains how one can get to this stage of desperate love for Krishna. It all starts from the seed of chanting and hearing. Regularly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and regularly hearing Krishna Katha in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that seed of bhakti which is in us get fructifies. By practice of regular chanting and hearing, this seed gets watered every day, and this spiritual plant gradually grows and grows and penetrates the coverings of the material universes and finally takes shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna. To summarize, the great soul, the great pure devotees whose mind completely fixed in Krishna at all times, being unable to sustain themselves even for a moment without thinking about Krishna, narrate to others their experiences relating to Krishna's auspicious qualities. They share with each other the stories about the divine pastimes of Krishna. Both the speakers and the listeners, by doing so, derives a joy, and that joy is self a reward for their bhakti. They do not expect anything else as their reward. In the next verse, Krishna will describe how he reciprocates to such devotees who are constantly in thought of Krishna, who cannot survive without Krishna, who converse and shares about Krishna's qualities and activities. Mac-cittā mad-gata-prāṇā bodhayantaḥ parasparam kathayantaś mam nityaṁ tuṣyanti ramanti. Namaste. Hare Krishna.